John Beaudin, Rock History Book. Welcome. We like coming on in the evenings and talking about some birthdays and people who have passed away. Today, some big ones. Remember, if you want to support the channel, there are links at the very top of the description where you can help us out. We'd appreciate that. And a big day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. A lot of stuff happened on your birthday. If not, if you know someone whose birthday is today, you might want to share this video with them because a jam-packed evening tonight for you. Lots of stuff going on. And again, thank you for all the folks who come on every single night and just kind of hang out with us. We appreciate that. It means a lot to us. Died in 1978. I remember it shook me to my core. Keith Moon, British rock drummer for The Who, dies of a drug overdose at the age of 32. A drumming god, as the headline says, who was as innovative as he was kind of crazy. Musicwriter.com. Stuart Williams is the writer. He's also a drummer. He wrote, Keith Moon played the drums in a similar way to how he lived his life, frenetic to the point where chaos could erupt around him at any given moment. When it comes to excess and antics of rock and roll, Keith Moon didn't just partake, he wrote the playbook. I mean, throwing TVs out the window, demolishing hotel rooms. And even though it's apples and oranges and none of us are Keith Moon and no one knows what it was like, and we never know what it's like to live inside of someone else's body, though we're curious sometimes. I sometimes have thought of myself, especially with the Who are you? He's sitting on a chair that says not to be taken away. Come on, how prophetic is that? But we try to get into someone's mind to try to figure out what would make me do that, right? What would make me do that kind of thing? Hi, Mark Burchett. Hi, Melody. And they used to call me 20 Cups of Coffee Beaudin when I first got into radio in 83, I think it was. Yeah, 83. To me, it was just coffee and being a nervous guy and having angst and not working it out. Keith Moon lived in a normal life. We're going to get to that in a second. Who frontman Roger Daltrey once said, he told the GQ magazine, Keith lived his entire life as a fantasy. He was the funniest man I've ever known, but he was also the saddest. It's that Robin Williams thing, right? He's always on. And I have a friend in Vancouver who's like that. He's always on. And I got to know him past that. And I remember thinking, I like him better when he's not on. He's an interesting guy. He's a brilliant writer. He's really, really good. But he's on an awful lot, and he feels like the need that he has to do that. I find that tiring. Not for me with him. I thought he was really entertaining, but I find it tiring to try to do that. Yeah. There he is. That's near the end, by the way. That picture was taken near the end. Now, you might think he came from a troubled family, but his father was just a normal guy. They had him at the end of World War II. He had a housewife mother, a mechanic dad. Nothing really crazy happened in his life. There was no major incident of like, this guy's crazy. Oh, we can pinpoint it to that. Michael Morris was Moon's best friend throughout the teenage years, but sadly, his best friend died in a motorcycle accident in the late 60s, which really, of course, bothered him an awful lot. Keith Moon explained there was constant disagreements in the band. He says, if it wasn't for music, we have absolutely nothing in common. Can you imagine that? Excessive drinking, though, was a major, major problem for Keith Moon. And I think he was, obviously self-medicating, and he had something going on with him. But what it was, I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. He spoke about his behavior to GQ. He says, when you've got money and you do the things that I do and get away with, people laugh and they say you're eccentric, but it's a polite way of saying you're effing mad. So he was in on the joke. He understood how people look at him. He also accidentally drove over and killed his bodyguard. That made a lot of headlines. But he wasn't charged with it or anything like that. He was in recovery when he died. During the last album with Moon, his bandmates basically told him, hey, man, you got to get on the straight and narrow or else you're going to be out of the band. So he went to the doctor. He prescribed him heminephrine. After attending an event with Paul and Linda McCartney, he, instead of taking a few pills, took 32 pills, September 7th, 1978, and we lost Keith Moon. There you go. I'm going to read some of your comments, and we're going to. It's also Warren Zevon died on this date. Mark Burchett. Hi, John. I was at Kansas concert last night. How was it? Wow. Fit to be died. To tie died. The best rock band are back, stopped by the best drummers. Keith Moon was the best among them all. He had the heart and soul of the Who. They were never the same without him. Very, very true. Yeah, they have laughter and happiness for everyone but themselves. Sad. Mark, you're dead on. Again, it's like the Robin Williams thing, right? There was a restaurant when Robin was filming in Vancouver that he was frequent, right around the corner from Starbucks, where we would get our coffee, of course. And I remember someone once said, you know, he was there last night and he's filming and he's probably going to show up again. And we hung out there, but he didn't show up. And our friend said he was just so on that it was almost tiring because it's a lot. But you know, all he was trying to do was make people laugh. You know what I mean? There he is, Warren Zevon, American rock singer, musician, Werewolves of London. Who could ever forget the lyrics to Excitable Boy? And he dug up her grave and built a cage with her bones. Excitable Boy, they all said. I would have said the other line, which is a little sharper, but we don't need to hear that. I mean, he just had a wink in his eye with a lot of his lyrics. Poor Pitiful Me, of course. Lawyers, Guns, and Money. And The Envoy was one of my favorite albums. I really, really like that one. He dies of I can't say it. Plural mesothelioma. That's the word. At 56 years old. What a musical legend he was. And I really liked his music an awful lot. There he is, Buddy Holly, Charles Holly. American rock and roll musician, songwriter, Peggy Sue, that'll be the day. Born in Lubbock, Texas. Died February 3rd, 1959. He was 32. And we got another one. Gloria Gaynor. Isn't she beautiful? Her American disco singer, I Will Survive. Born in Newark, New Jersey on this day. Happy birthday. We still have her around. Thank you for folks who got on here and talked to us. We like doing the things late at night. I'm kind of a night owl. Kind of like coming on late at night and talking. I've been working evenings in radio for a lot of years. It's strange. I worked evenings almost straight through my entire radio career. And then I moved to another city, kept my first job working evenings, moved to another major city, became the program director, did the morning show, the afternoon drive show, middays, weekends, was the music director, and like I said, the program director, while I was still doing evenings in Vancouver, which I'm about to do my show in about 15 minutes in Vancouver. It's early there, so I can do that. Thank you. Certain Girl by Zevon. Mark, yes, thank you. It's always sad talking about these figures who... I think Keith Moon is a fine example of someone who got everything he wanted and still wasn't happy. It happens to all of us. You don't have to be a rock star to all of a sudden be successful, make six figures or more, and realize maybe you drink too much, maybe you gamble too much, maybe you eat too much, maybe you're uncomfortable in your skin, maybe you take too many substances. Whatever that drug or that thing is, rock stars really feel it when they become that famous, get off the stage, and in Keith Moon's, the concert continues after he got off stage. It continued. The mayhem ensued, as the cliche goes, right? So that's what happened. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description of this video for Patreon or PayPal. We appreciate both. If you want to get early access to our videos, we're about to put a plethora of stuff on our Patreon with Joe Bouchard of Blue Oyster Cult. Yes, we talk about Don't Fear the Reaper. We've interviewed him twice. And Roger Dean, who did the covers for Yes. And a brand new 8th interview with Steve Hackett. Lots of stuff coming up. Anyway, take care of yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Like our video, subscribe to our channel.